So today we're going to do something a little different. We're unlocking the secrets of Swedish massage, but we're not cracking open a textbook. Nope. We're diving right into a practitioner's personal notebook to see the real-world notes that guide the hands of a pro.
Okay, take a look at this. This is our source material. Forget the glossy manuals and the complicated charts for a minute. We're going behind the curtain with these actual handwritten notes. This is where the real work happens, breaking down the essential techniques of one of the world's most popular massage styles. This is theory meeting practice, right here on the page.
All right, so the notes kick things off with the 5 foundational strokes of any Swedish massage. Now, each of these has its own special purpose, but for today, we're going to zoom in on the 2 big ones, the ones that really form the backbone of any great session, effleurage and pétrissage. First up, we've got effleurage. You can think of this as the therapist's handshake. It's that first point of contact, all about smooth, flowing movements that say hello to the muscles and begin that process of connection and relaxation. So what is it exactly? Well, the notes describe it as a long, gliding stroke. It's kind of like the opening act of the show. It's the first touch that warms up the body's tissues, spreads the massage oil evenly, and it even lets the therapist get a feel for your muscle tone. It's the move that starts, ends, and connects everything in between.
Now, what's so fascinating here is how specific this technique is. This isn't just random rubbing. The notes lay out a very clear method. First, you use your whole hand for broad, even pressure. Second, you always move in a specific direction. And third, this one's key, you use absolutely no pressure on the return stroke. It's like a precise one-way street of pressure.
And that brings us to the biggest rule of all. Always stroke towards the heart. So why is that so important? Well, it's all about working with your body's natural plumbing. This movement is designed to help push all the used-up blood from your veins and lymphatic fluid back towards your core, where your body can process it. It's just a brilliantly efficient way to help your circulation along.
And this is where you really see the dual purpose of the stroke. On a physical level, yeah, it's warming up the muscles for the deeper work to come and is boosting circulation. But it also has this incredibly powerful psychological effect. That steady, rhythmic motion just calms the nervous system right down, melting away stress and reducing that muscle tightness that the notes call hypertonicity.
Okay, so the tissues are warm, the client is feeling relaxed. What's next? Now we can move on from those broad, flowing strokes to something called pétrissage. This is where the real deep, focused work begins. If effleurage was the introduction, you could say pétrissage is the main conversation.
So what exactly is pétrissage? Well, if effleurage was like painting with broad strokes, pétrissage is more like sculpting. Or maybe a better way to think of it is like kneading dough. It's a whole group of techniques designed to compress, lift, and roll the muscle to release those really deep, stubborn knots.
And get this, it's not just one single move. It's a whole family of techniques. The notebook here lists a bunch of them. We're going to zoom in and look at 3 of the key variations detailed right here in the notes: muscle squeezing, ringing, and picking up. First up is muscle squeezing. It's pretty much exactly what it sounds like, right? The muscle is gently but firmly compressed, either between the palm and fingers or between 2 hands. It's this rhythmic grip and release that really helps to flush out the muscle tissue. Now we have ringing. Imagine you're gently wringing out a thick towel. That's the idea here. The notes are specific. You use 2 hands moving in opposite directions. This creates this gentle twisting tension that lifts and rolls the muscle. It feels amazing on bigger muscle groups, like your thighs. And finally, there's picking up. And again, the name says it all. The therapist squeezes and then gently lifts the muscle up and away from the bone. You know how sometimes muscle tissue can feel kind of stuck? This move is fantastic for helping to break up those little adhesions.
Okay, these techniques are incredible, right? But, and this is probably the single most important lesson in this entire notebook, you have to know when not to do a massage. This section is all about the contraindications, which is just a fancy word for safety first.
So you have to ask the question, when is a massage actually a bad idea? Because this is so crucial. The right touch at the wrong time or in the wrong place can seriously do more harm than good. It's not just about what you know how to do, it's about what you know not to do.
And the notes here are crystal clear. These are absolute no-go zones. You never ever massage over open wounds or skin conditions that could spread. You stay away from any areas with a recent injury or infection. And you have to be incredibly careful with clients who have serious issues like high blood pressure or swelling in their limbs. These aren't just suggestions. They are non-negotiable rules to keep people safe.
All right, so let's do a quick recap to pull this all together. You've got effleurage, which is all about gliding and stroking to warm things up, get the circulation going, and bring on relaxation. Then you have petrissage, which is about kneading and lifting to get in there and release that deep muscle tension. They're really two sides of the same therapeutic coin.
You know, it's pretty amazing. From just a few pages of a practitioner's personal notebook, we get this incredibly detailed system of technique, rules, and safety boundaries that elevate touch into a precise skill. And it really leaves you with a final lingering question. If the right touch has such clear rules for being effective and safe, what are the ultimate limits of what it can achieve for our well-being?